Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Judd.
And we're here with just a quick little video. This isn't a full episode of Bedlam Gaming, but we did want to just do a little video before E3 comes up. E3 is going to be starting. I don't think the official start date is Sunday, but Microsoft is going to be having their press conference on Sunday coming up. So I'm really looking forward to that. I took some time off work so I could watch E3 stuff and focus on it. So I'm looking forward to everything that's going to be going on. I do this every year really because I really enjoy watching and seeing what people show. So we are going to be making some videos this weekend. We'll be making videos. We'll either do a live video while the conferences are going on and talk about it, or we'll do a video afterwards and try to get it up quick. We want to share our thoughts as it's going on. I know personally what I'm most looking forward to is to see if there's any new games announced for the Nintendo Switch. I'm very hopeful that that's what's going to happen.
I have a feeling at least that'll happen. Yeah.
I really am looking forward to seeing what they might announce. Any new peripherals, any new controllers and stuff that might get announced. I know we've got some new controllers coming out for Splatoon 2.
Oh, they have a new controller for it?
Well, not new controller, but new colors for Joy-Cons.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, like a green and orange maybe.
I think it's green and purple.
Oh, well, that works too.
Anyway, yeah, they have that coming out with Splatoon 2, I know, but I don't know if there's any other new kind of things coming out. I'm really hoping for it wouldn't get announced at this E3, I'm sure, but they've released several fighting games from Neo Geo on the eShop, and this Ultra Street Fighter 2, whatever it's called, Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers is out. So there's some fighting games on the Switch right now that are playable, so I'm really hoping at some point we're going to get a fight stick for the Switch.
That would be weird. I say weird. That'd be an interesting peripheral. That'd be...
Well, I mean, it just has to be a controller that can connect to it. It doesn't have to use the Joy-Cons or anything.
That's
you
true.
just need a fight stick. I would
Could
really
be like
to have
the NES Advantage with Bluetooth capability.
Yeah. Just something like that I would really like to have. I always enjoyed having my Super Advantage. So anyway, that's one thing I know I'm looking forward to. The other thing I would like to see and find out, there was recently a leaked roster for the new Marvel vs. Capcom game, and it's not necessarily known if it's just a rumor or if it's actually the factual roster yet. If it is the actual roster, I think it sucks, and I have no interest in buying the game if that actually turns out to be the roster for the game.
Is it just anemic? Like,
well,
there's just not too many people there, or like?
In a lot of Marvel games like that, I care about the Marvel characters a lot.
Well,
as
yeah,
a big comic fan and stuff.
You kind of have to, because if it's Capcom, I mean, you can play all sorts of Capcom characters. Like, you kind of have to wait for this to play.
Well, it's got some characters that aren't normally in a fighting game, like Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins.
What I'm saying is, like, well, yeah, that's true. Okay.
So and like Chris Redfield was on the list.
Oh, yeah.
And Nemesis.
Wesker, was he on there?
Wesker was not, I think, which was strange. And there's going to be DLC characters.
Yeah,
but
what they're waiting on.
The list was disappointing on the Marvel side, and a lot of people were speculating anyway that X-Men and Fantastic Four characters were not going to be in the game because of Marvel's whole issue with Fox having the rights to those movies, and so. But they've been more lenient recently in with those kind of characters, so I thought they would show up. And if this roster is correct, there's no X-Men characters, and that would be a first for a Marvel vs. Capcom game. I mean, we always usually have Magneto, Storm.
Yeah.
Last game had Jean Grey.
Wasn't Rogan one of them?
Rogue. We've had, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We had Marrow. We haven't had Cyclops since Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I was disappointed he never made it in either of the versions of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I was really hoping he would finally make it back around into this game. This is the first time Wolverine not being in there is a shocker, because he's always in there. So I'm hoping that it turns out to be a false list and that we'll get more reveals of the actual list here. But it could have been the right list, the real list that leaked, in which case I really don't care about the game, Capcom. So and we'll see what happens with that. I haven't really paid much attention to see what's going to be coming out as far as Microsoft. I guess the Scorpio, I hope we get a lot more detail about that.
I'd like to see that. Maybe at least some tech specs on the thing. Or have they already put out tech specs?
I think so, but neither of us ever got the Xbox One S.
Yeah.
And I know that we both are hurting for space on our Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
We both have 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
Xbox One.
I have every intention, this coming Friday is payday, and I have every intention of buying the Friday the 13th game. Only I have to delete some things off my Xbox, and I don't even have a lot of games on my Xbox. Like, I have a couple of 360 games that I downloaded, but a 360 game is only going to run maybe about 300 or 400 megabytes. You're not going to get...
Well, a lot of 360 games are gigabytes.
Well, the ones that I have on there, they're not
really
really large. I think I deleted one the other day, and I'm like, I shouldn't even deleted that, because like it
was minuscule.
It was minuscule. It's not going to make a difference if I'm trying to download a 7 or 8 gig game from my Xbox One, or a 25 gig game.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect that. But yeah, as far as space goes, a terabyte, when you have to install every single game,
which I hate.
Come on, Microsoft.
It sucks.
Your space goes like that. I mean, you don't have to. My game library is not very big on my Xbox One, and I've got a full hard disk. That's why when people made fun of the Wii U for having like 32 gigs, oh, that's not enough space. Well, you don't have to install every single game. That'll take you. I mean, it'll last you for a little bit. But I digress. Yeah.
I still believe the Wii U should have had larger space. I understand that, but yeah, having to install everything is terrible. And I mean, I understand why. I mean, I get it. It's not, but it's just the fact that I need more space, and I think the Scorpio is 2 terabytes, so that will, I think, alleviate my problems. I know a lot of my space is taken up by Rock Band songs, because I filled up my 360. I have tons of songs downloaded, but I have a lot of games too, and with them doing the free games every month, and when I want to download those, that really makes it fill up fast. Plus the stuff I buy.
I've resorted to buying the games on my phone. Like, because there's an Xbox app for iPhone. There's probably one for Android too. But I can go on the store and redeem the free game of the month if you're a Live member. And I noticed that on the one, when you do it, it already starts to download. And if you start the download, it'll allocate that much hard disk space to that game.
You can cancel it.
So, well, yeah, but I think you have to go in to cancel it and then go to delete the file off your hard disk space, because if you just cancel it, it still has that allocated memory block. But since it's easier for me, because I got my phone on me like most of the time, and I just go to the store and hit redeem, and it doesn't do that. I can on my Xbox. So.
But we've gotten off course.
Yeah, sorry about
Scorpio.
that.
we are interested in hearing a lot more about the Scorpio and what it will be like. I'm wondering if it's getting pushed back. Last I heard, it was fall of this year, but a friend of mine told me that she heard it was getting pushed back to, I think, 2018, early 2018. So we'll see. Either way, I probably won't be able to afford it this year. So. But so Microsoft conference, I'm interested in Scorpio and any games they announced that I have no clue about, because I haven't really been keeping up with that. I mean, I've kind of been, the most I know about games is really with stuff that's already been announced for the Switch, and that's it. So, looking forward to Microsoft's. I always look forward to all the conferences, but Microsoft for that. Sony's conference, I don't own any. The last gen thing I had was PS3, and my PS3 crapped out on me. So
Mine too.
And so I can't even play it right now, unless I buy another one at some point. And I don't have any other portable. I don't think he ever even announced anything for the Vita anyway, because it's dead as far as I know.
Yeah,
So,
I do have a PSP, but that was like a first.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
long
technically
time ago.
not like a first gen. I got the slim PSP, but it was a PSP one.
So anyway, I'll watch Sony and see what they have to offer. There's a couple games on there I would like to play. They're exclusive, but I don't have a PS4 right now. Will I get one in the future? Probably at some point, but it will be when I say the future, sometime maybe next year. I'm not rushing out to buy one. There's not, most of my online games are going to be played on the Xbox One.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I love the God of War games, but they showed God of War 4 at the last E3, and I guess they're still making it. But I wasn't too impressed with what I saw. Not enough to really amp me up and go out and get it. PS4, but I don't know.
So there'll be a Sony conference. Nintendo will do another direct thing, and then they'll instead of a conference, and then they'll have their live presentation all day long, like they did for Zelda last year, which I think is going to focus on Super Mario Odyssey this year, which I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more about that game. Also, I want to hear more about Nintendo's online. They just announced, I'm sure you've already heard, we're not going to be the first people you hear from if anybody's even watching us, that they've announced their price points, and they have a monthly price and a 3-month price, but those aren't even worth looking at because the year price is $20. So you're going to want to do it for a year subscription for $20. That's not a whole lot. And yeah, people don't like paying for online services. If you play games on your PC, you don't have to pay an extra fee on top of paying for your internet to play games online.
Yeah.
Microsoft started all this back with the Xbox paying for live.
Yeah.
Then PlayStation followed suit. But at least Nintendo's only charging $20 a year.
Yeah.
And not $60 or $70 or more.
Yeah.
But most interesting was the Netflix subscription of NES games that's going to come with your thing. So I want to hear more details about that at E3.
That's probably what you're really buying it for. I mean, you're buying it because you can play online. But the thing is like the money you think of is okay, you're getting a chance to play these games.
It looks like you're going to get unlimited access to whatever NES, not every game, of course, but whatever games they do put onto the service, you'll have unlimited access to play them as much as you want as long as you're subscribed, and they're going to add online functionality to these games, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to definitely seeing more information, more specific information with them, because right now it's just what's listed on the website. Nobody has done a presentation talking about it so that we can get a lot more details about that. But yeah, Friday the 13th, we've been watching some videos of that. I'm looking forward to playing it. I think I'll pick it up this weekend as well.
Might even do a video on that.
Yeah, but that video happen after E3 because that's going to be Sunday. So, thanks for watching. Look forward to our E3 videos. Hope you'll check us out, and we will have more content on the way. I recently finished Final Fantasy, a playthrough on the NES Classic Edition. I hadn't played through the first Final Fantasy in a long time, so I want to do a retro review on that. And we also would like to do a video about the Sega Dreamcast and talk about the system and a lot of its games. And a video, hopefully we were just talking about doing a video about some old gaming magazines and doing a video specifically to focus on Nintendo Power and just talk about that magazine as well. So, stay tuned. E3's coming up, and we'll see you then.